This video is sponsored
Golly, so loud.
by.
Do I want to watch this one or this one? Turn this down first. Let's watch this one. Unless it's not entertaining. Is that Andre the Giant? What sport is this? Is this a movie? Why you sound like Scooby-Doo? What am I watching?
This looks like a fake, doesn't it? Well, it is a fake. But here's a fella who's willing to bet his hard-earned money on it. Henry here got on the train with $200.
Is this a movie? What the fuck am I watching? Comments are turned off. Scope and content. Dramatizes the destructive effects of racial and religious prejudice. Real One shows a fake wrestling match and crooked gambling games. An agitator addresses a street crowd. He almost convinces one man in the audience until the man begins to talk to a Hungarian refugee from Germany. A Nazi speaker harangues, I don't know. A Nazi speaker, a crowd in Germany denouncing Jews, Catholics, and Freemasons. Reel 2, a German unemployed worker joins Hitler's stormtroops. SS men attack Jewish and Catholic headquarters in Germany and beat up a Jewish storekeeper. A German teacher explains Nazi racial theories. The teacher's dragged away by German soldiers. I don't know why this got recommended on the timeline, but we're going to watch it.
He couldn't see any harm in a friendly game of cards. What if the other men were strangers?
Yo, I want to learn, speaking about cards, I want to learn poker. I want to learn poker. I feel like that'd be very fun to learn. I probably wouldn't be good at it. Maybe I actually would. I don't know. What do you have to do to learn poker? Like, what do you have to do? Is poker that difficult to learn? Ooh, maybe I can do that on one stream. Maybe I can learn the fundamentals of poker. Maybe I can learn the fundamentals of poker on one stream. I might do that. Well, that's a good idea. Okay. I kind of want to learn poker.
And take Joe Collins.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I can learn things on here. So, like, when I'm streaming, I can do stuff that is also beneficial to my mind by learning. Oh, okay.
Nice wife at home. But he met this girl at the bar, and she looked kind of cute.
Damn.
The first couple of drinks.
They already fucking, y'all just met. I give him props. Good shit. The fuck is that? This, and people say old movies are good. This is the same shit that happens in movies from the 50s. And I like whenever I look up some good movies, there's always people like, yo, you've got to watch this movie from 1937. It's amazing. No, it's not. We see scenes like this half the movie. This is not good. I'd rather watch. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What is she not even doing anything? She not like freaking out like what's going on? Maybe she's with him? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised. I've heard that Lil Wayne song.
There's a good old-fashioned word for people like this.
Lil Slut.
We call them suckers.
Suckers?
And there are other people. People who stay up nights figuring out how to take away what they've got.
Dumbasses? What?
There are all kinds of games and all kinds of suckers.
Okay, talk to me.
Mike here, for instance.
Okay, Mike's a little sucker, huh? Okay, Mike, talk to me.
Everything you might say. He's young. Take Mike here, for instance.
Okay.
He's got everything you might say. He's young. He's healthy. He's got a job.
Okay.
And he's got a country called America. It's a wonderful thing to have. Lots of room. Room enough to raise plenty of food. Big factories to make things a man can use.
What am I watching,
Big
dude?
cities to do the business of a big country.
Damn.
And people. Lots of people. Enough to work the farm and build the factories.
You think they wrote a script for this?
And run the business. All kinds of people. People from different countries with different religions, different colored skins.
Okay.
Free people. They can live together and work together and build America together because they're free. Free to vote, to say what they please, go to their own churches.
Who is this person dick sunking America right now?
Yeah, Mike's got something, all right. He's got America.
Okay, Mike.
But there are guys who stay up nights figuring out how to take that away from him.
Mike, you about to get your ass beat.
The truth about America. I know you've got a lot of questions. You want to know why you're not getting the breaks you deserve. Well, I'm not a politician, but I've made it my business to study these things, and I happen to know the facts.
This is a cult leader.
Friends, I'm just an average American. But I'm an American.
What?
Some of the things I see in this country of ours make my blood boil. I see.
Why do old people in like movies talk like that? Like they have that certain voice. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like this. Why? Like whenever I watch an older movie, I don't watch a ton of older movies, but there's somebody in that movie that talks like that. Kind of talks like this. I don't know what the voice is, but like I hear it all the time if I watch an old movie. All the time. Same thing with the women. There's a specific voice that women will have if you watch an old movie. I don't know if it's like part of the acting, like if they have like a specific way that you're supposed to act at that time. I don't know.
Foreign accents.
Maybe it could be just the microphones they had. That's also a possibility as well. I don't know.
All the money.
God damn.
I see Negroes holding jobs that belong to me and you. Now I ask you, if we allow this thing to go on, what's going to become of us real Americans?
What?
I've heard this kind of talk before, but I never expected to hear it in America.
This fella seems to know what he's talking about.
Imagine being this dude right here thinking you're talking to somebody who agrees with you, and he's like this. So the dude on the right side of the screen, he's like, when I came to this country, I wasn't expecting people to still be like this. You know what I'm talking about? And then the dude over here is like, but he's spitting facts though. Like, bro, what?
Yes, he knows all right.
What's the answer? What are we real Americans going to do about it? You'll find it right here in this little pamphlet. The truth
This is a cult leader, I'm telling you.
about Negroes and foreigners. The
He
truth
trying to
about
sell his next book. Oh, brother.
the Catholic Church. Now, friends, these books are free.
I'm telling you, he's selling a book. He's selling a book and he's promoting something.
Real Americans
I can't really get mad at him, but like,
want others to know the truth.
this shit's loud now in my ear.
Sure, young man. But are you actually going to read that stuff?
Sure, why not? You heard what he said, didn't you?
Dumbass. We heard the message from earlier. This is a dumbass. Oh, you heard the message from earlier, didn't you? Bro, shut up.
Yes, I heard.
I heard that he's a dumbass, correct.
You believe in that kind of talk?
I don't know, makes pretty good sense to me.
I'm speaking
Because you're a dumbass. We've established this. Okay, thank you.
to you as an American.
What is an American? How many Americans can we add on to this? What's an American? How many Americans can we add on to this to make it like extra American?
You friends, we'll never be able to call this country our own until it's a country without. Without what? Yeah, without what? Without Negroes. Without alien foreigners. Without Catholics. Without Freemasons. You know these people.
What's wrong with the Mason?
Oh, brother, here we go. He was fine with everything else, but then he found out he was getting disrespected. He's like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, brother.
'Cause I'm a Mason.
Shut your ass up.
Hey, that fella's talking about me.
Yes, we established this. You're a dumbass.
And that makes a difference, doesn't it?
These are your enemies. These are the people who are trying to take over our country. Now you know them.
You see him giving that look up and down. He said,
These are the people who are trying to take over our country.
you saw that little look at the end. He said,
Now you know them. You know what they stand for. And it's up to you and me to fight them. Fight them and destroy them before they destroy us.
they were fine with everything else. He said Freemasons. Everybody's like, fuck this shit. I'm out. Everybody said, fuck this shit. This guy's a dumbass. But they heard everything else. They're like, give me those pamphlets. I want to read. I want to read. Oh, you're talking about me now? Get this shit out of my face. I'm gone. Like, bro. That shit up, bro. Like, come on.
Thank you.
See, like, what is this?
Fight them and destroy them before they destroy us.
What the fuck? What? Yo, editing in some of these movies is ass, bro. I don't even know if this is a movie or not.
Fight them
Everybody's just walking away in this scene.
before they destroy
Everybody's just
us.
walking away. And then they're all here. What the fuck?
Thank you.
Look at this dude, bro. Aggressive ass clap.
Before he said Masons, you were ready to agree with him.
Well, yes, but he was talking about, what about those other people?
But in this country, we have no other people. We
I
are
fuck with this dude. We need to have a lot more people like this. A lot more people like this. Because in a situation, I'm just trolling on here. I just say dumb shit. I'm not really like engaging in active thought. I'm just saying shit. We need more people like this though. Because like if he started doing some shit like this, there would be someone next to him trying to disrespect him and call him out. Like, yeah, you're a fucking dumbass. Stupid bitch. And I know I was saying that earlier. I'm just drawing. But we need someone that like can help teach the message that after he realizes he was in the wrong, we don't need somebody sitting next to him disrespecting him and getting him pissed off now because now you're attacking him. You need somebody that can teach the individual what was happening in the situation and so that they can learn from it. You feel me? I just feel like when I go on Twitter and somebody says some dumb shit, you have somebody in the comments like, yo, you're a fucking dumbass. You should have done your research before you commented that little bitch. Like, oh my God.
American people, all of us.
What about you? You aren't American, are you?
I was born in Hungary, but now I am an American citizen. And I have seen what this kind of talk can do. I saw it in Berlin.
What were you doing there?
I was a professor at the university. I heard the same words we have heard today. But I was a fool then. I thought Nazis were crazy people, stupid fanatics. But unfortunately, it was not so.
What?
You see, they knew that they were not strong enough to conquer a unified country. So they split Germany into small groups. They used prejudice.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. This is going to be the last video I watch, by the way. And then I'm getting off after. Hopefully I'll be able to post this. Hopefully it's not cutting in and out when I download the video. All right, let's get it.
This is a practical weapon to cripple the nation. Of course, that was not easy to do. They had to work hard to do it. You see, we human beings are not born with prejudices. Always they are made for us. Made by someone who wants something. Remember that when you hear this kind of talk.
Let me listen to that one more time. He just spit a message. I know he did.
We human beings are not born with prejudices. Always they are made for us. Made by someone who wants something. Remember that when you hear this kind of talk. Somebody is going to get something out of it. And it isn't going to be you. This is not classroom theory. I saw it happen.
Message!
I saw it first in Berlin in 1932. 5 young men that I knew were standing in the crowd listening to the Nazi speaker. Eric was a Catholic. Anton, a student of mine, was a Jew. Heinrich...
I still don't know the differences between all the religions. I don't know the difference between a Catholic, a Jew, a Christian, I don't know. I was going to say some other things, but I didn't know if those were religions, so I'm just hold off. But I don't know the differences.
The small hardware store. Karl was a farmer.
Okay.
And Hans was an unemployed metal worker.
To all true Aryan Germans, I say it is time you inherited the nation which rightfully belongs to you. To you alone belongs the glorious destiny of the greater Germany.
It's like a military recruiter. Like, he's just saying shit right now so he can get a little promotion. Come on now. Like, come on. I understand, but like, you gotta look at both sides of the coin. Why is he saying these messages right now? Why is he saying? He's obviously not somebody that's high up, but him saying this is gonna get people in, which is probably gonna give him some extra money or a bonus or some shit like that, you know?
The party will provide land for the farmer, work for the worker, and profits for the small businessman. Who is getting these things now? The Jew. The Jew who has stolen our nation and our birthright. Who makes all the money and takes...
You see all the people in the audience, like, bro, did you not just hear? Like, we were fine 3 seconds ago, but now you hear this random individual say this shit, and you're like... It's not like he didn't, like, the dude talking did not say, like, he did some crazy shit. He just started speaking about an entire religion. I think Jewish is a religion. I think. If it's not, fuck. I'm going to still say it, though. But it's not. He just spoke about an entire group of people, and now everybody's like... And how do they know he's Jewish? If Jewish is a religion, that means these people know him. That means they know him. And I'm guessing if they know him, they're friends. Like, why would they just be hanging out with this random person or this person they dislike? No, I'm guessing they like him. So why the fuck are they listening to this random dude speak? Like, that is right. He is taking our God-given and country rights. What the fuck? Whatever.
Takes all our jobs. The Jew, he must be shunned. He must be ostracized. He must be eliminated.
Why?
And the Catholics. We don't want our great nation run by a foreign church. We Germans will know what to do with these people when the time comes. They and their faith.
You see that shit? You see that shit? Because it feels like a personal attack on you when you mention these things that you identify as. If you identify as a Catholic and somebody disrespects Catholicism, if that's the verbal usage or whatever it is, I don't know language. If somebody attacks that, you're gonna feel personally attacked because you identify as that. If you're Jewish and somebody attacks people who are Jewish, you may feel attacked because you're Jewish.
Destroyed.
So like he's listening to this person talk about Jewish people. He's not Jewish. Now I think I can't say this is what it was like back then, but like now if somebody attacked a specific group of people, I think people are more likely to say something like, yo, what the fuck are you being disrespectful to them, you know? But I guess in this video, he's like, yeah, fuck the Jews. Wait, you said fuck Catholicism? Fuck you. Like, bro, come on.
Then there are the
All right, I'm pausing this video way too much. I just got to continue.
In
I just gotta
Germany,
continue.
we have no place for secret societies. There will be only one society, and that is the Nazi Party. There will be no secrecy about that in the new Greater Germany.
One by one, he attacked each minority and he split them off one from the other. These men were all fellow Germans when they came here today. Now they were split into rival groups, suspicious of each other, hating each other. They were being swindled, all of them. But the man who was really being fooled was Hans. He was pure German, according to Nazi standards. To him they promised everything, and he fell for it.
You who are true Aryan Germans will share the glorious destiny of
Was
our...
Hunts the person that was unemployed? Because I feel like this criteria this type of manipulation would attack people the most that don't have any sort of identity to themselves, who are kind of actively looking for one to fill their void.
fatherland.
I think they said he was unemployed and he was a metal worker. So this, especially if he fits the criteria, this would definitely be the thing for him because it would be something that he could actually identify as.
You are the
He could
pure
say, yes, now I'm a Nazi. Let me stop fucking pausing. I said I was going to stop and I paused 3 seconds later.
the race. It is your divine right to rule, and the Nazi Party stands ready to put you into power. It is for you to command all Germany, and someday the entire world.
That's how Hans became a Superman. They gave him a uniform and they pumped up his ego. He wasn't just a little fellow out of work anymore. He was a member of the master race. His wife couldn't quite understand. Even though he was a Superman, there wasn't any food in the house. Stupid woman.
Even though he's Superman, he's still a broke fuck.
She realized that the Nazis were
How
going to
so?
make jobs for everybody.
Oh, let me turn on my mic.
There would be plenty of food and clothing and a new house. Everything they wanted. The glorious future of Germany was to be theirs. And their children would someday rule the world. But his wife, silly woman, still wondered where the next meal was coming from. Hans didn't like that kind of talk. It was dangerous. For that kind of talk, people should be put in jail.
What? To ask questions? Anybody who believes that's a dumbass, I'm gonna let you know. Yo, where's the food coming from? Are we gonna have enough money to eat next week? Did you just ask if we have enough money to eat next week? You need to get put in prison for that dumb talk. For being prepared for the future? What the fuck? What?
Hans had swallowed the bait all right. And these were the men who baited the hook. Why? So that Hans could come to power?
No.
Of course not. So they could come to power.
I was gonna say, so they could get their goals.
They would merely use Hans to help them get there. He would do the dirty work for them. Hans and thousands of others like him, all playing a sucker's game. They gambled with other people's liberty, and of course they lost their own.
Damn.
A nation of suckers. Hitler needed these people. There was lots of work to be done. There were trade unions to be smashed, because unions were organized and might offer resistance. There were many political parties in Germany. These the Nazis destroyed. They were determined to smash every organization where people might band together and resist them. There were Jews to be beaten and killed. The Jews were not powerful, but they were a convenient excuse for all the nation's ills. And besides, a Nazi party member could not take over this man's stall. Hundreds of Catholics were put in jail because the Catholic Church had strength and could resist the Nazi drive for power. They had split the nation into 100 pieces.
Damn.
And then one by one, they had destroyed the pieces. Over these broken pieces, the Nazis rode into power. One party, one nation, one religion.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
These men had won their struggle for power. They now ruled all of Germany. But still they had trouble with their oldest and most persistent enemy, the truth. They found that truth does not die easily. And so they decided to abolish truth. One great source of truth is literature. So they
This is from the book 1984.
burned books, 20 million of them. Many great men in Germany who were spokesmen for truth were jailed or driven from their country. Teachers, writers, scientists. Education was discouraged. In 5 years, college attendance dropped 53%.
Holy shit.
It was forbidden to listen to a British radio program or read an American newspaper. In Nazi Germany, you had to get your information from Dr. Goebbels. He knew what was best for you. You couldn't see this movie or listen to this music. And you couldn't watch Joe Louis fight because the champion had black skin. He disproved Hitler's theory of Nordic supremacy.
Do you think this is where 1984 was inspired from, this concept?
Albert Einstein, one of the world's great scientists, disproved that theory too. He was non-alien, so he had to leave Germany. His
Albert
mind
Einstein
was
was German?
dedicated to the search for truth, and the Nazis, having sold a lie, were most afraid of truth. The church was one force in Germany still strong enough to proclaim the truth in public.
No doubt is possible that we Christians are in a grave battle. Against us stands a faith out of blood. The battle signals range from cool repudiation to hate-filled causes. Weapons are used that centuries have dulled. The aim of this battle is to dislodge Christianity from our fatherland.
This Catholic priest was arrested the following day on charges of immorality. The Protestant church also continued to try and fight for truth.
He who desires liberty for himself cannot deny it to others, lest he lose what he has gained. This is the great lesson the world can learn from Germany.
The Nazis put this man in a concentration
My frames are just dropping by the second. It's up to 5.5 now.
camp. There were others who spoke for truth, and I am proud to say that educators were among them.
And what, may I ask, is an Aryan? I don't know myself. But let us see what our present so-called authorities have to say about it. They say he is tall, slender,
Hey, talking shit right now.
blue-eyed, and blonde. There is no Aryan race. And more important, there is no master race. There are people who may find these ideas convenient, but science cannot support them. There is no scientific proof that there's any correlation between a man's racial characteristics and his native ability or character.
And now you see how this would work out if you tell somebody these ideas that have already fallen into it. Now you're disrespecting them, just like those same ideas before. If you identify as somebody who's Catholic and you disrespect Catholicism, they're going to feel disrespected because they identify as that. Now, if you identify as a master race or a part of a master race because you have blonde hair and blue eyes, and somebody says you're not part of a master race, there's no proven evidence that says anybody's with those attributes or those things is part of a master race, you're going to feel attacked. Because you identified yourself now as part of a master race, and somebody's telling you you're not a part of that anymore. You're going to feel attacked. How the shit works.
In all racial groups, we find the same range of potentialities. We find idiots and geniuses.
Damn.
We find criminals and philanthropists. We must judge each man as an individual. And not by the color of his skin,
Message.
or his eyes, or by the length of his nose.
This dude getting arrested right now.
Come in, gentlemen. Make yourselves comfortable. There are many differences between individuals. We each have different capabilities, different backgrounds, different views about what's right and what's wrong. Like the difference between me and these gentlemen who have just arrived. But that is not the difference in race. It is a difference in the way we think.
Message.
Remember that. And remember that there is no master race. That is a scientific truth. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying.
Damn.
And so
Fake
for
ass
all
slap.
practical purposes, truth had been abolished in Germany. A lot of my German friends wondered what had hid them. How did it happen? Where did it start? It started right here. And this was where it could have been stopped. If those people had stood together If they had protected each other, they could have resisted.
And see, that's happening a little bit more now. Like I mentioned that earlier. Like if somebody disrespected a specific race or an idea that somebody had now, I feel like somebody in an audience like this, if this happened, may stick up for them. Now, there are definitely people that wouldn't stick up for them, not out of not agreeing, just because of like maybe they don't want to speak in front of an audience. They're maybe a little bit scared too. There's just personal reasons. But I feel like now if somebody disrespected something about somebody, there's a lot more people that would be open to actually confronting that and be like, yo, let people fucking believe what they want to believe. You know, I feel like a lot more people would say that. Whether they disagree with the idea or not, they would be more open to say that now. I'm not sure. I didn't live in the fucking 40s, so I have no idea. But I have noticed that people are a lot like that as now. You know, they'll still disrespect other people's beliefs and stuff for sure. But there's also a lot of people that are open to having and allowing other people to have their beliefs.
The Nazi threat. Together they would have been strong, but once they allowed themselves to be split apart, they were helpless. When that first minority lost out, everybody lost out.
Damn.
They made the mistake of gambling with other people's freedom. Now let's see how those bets paid off. Karl the farmer was gambling on a better life for himself. What he got was extra hours of back-breaking work, as much as 100 hours a week. He was forced to stay on his land and produce what he was told to produce, because now Hitler was preparing for war. For Heinrich, who owned a hardware store, the bet didn't pay off either. 104,000 small businesses were closed in 2 years.
104,000? Holy shit. I didn't even know there's 104,000 small businesses that could even be in that country.
And for
is there 100,000 small businesses in America? That's a lot of fucking businesses.
Conditions hadn't improved any. He had a job now in the munitions factory, but he worked long hours for little pay. The working conditions grew increasingly bad.
Damn.
Even though he didn't like the job, he wasn't permitted to leave it. There still wasn't enough food in his house. Hitler said you couldn't have butter and cannon.
Why?
So Hans couldn't have butter.
That fucking
And when
sucks.
Hitler
Butter's
decided
good.
the time was right,
It's important.
Germany went to war. Not
Makes
by
it taste good.
declaring war, but by a carefully prepared sneak attack. Once again, Hitler needed Hans to do his dirty work. Hans was an expert at brutality by this time, and Hitler had decided to use Hans and his brutality against other people's.
And this is like what war is, right? It's people that are higher up that have power controlling lower people to do their bidding. And I've read it in, I forgot what books I've read this in, but it's kind of the concept of getting people associated and tied with nationalism in their country, so they feel like they're fighting for their country instead of fighting for the person's that's at the top's beliefs and stuff, you know, whatever they think is right. You want to have people become extremely associated with their country to the point that they're prideful, and then you can go in a whole variety of different ways from there.
The Poles,
Depending
the
on how you
French,
want
the Russians.
depending on how you want to potentially manipulate people. That's essentially what it is.
But in the crucial test of war, Hitler's race theories didn't pay off. His pure-blooded supermen were defeated by the mongrel armies he despised. By the British at El Alamein.
Damn. There's actual footage?
By the Russians at Stalingrad. And then on D-Day by American soldiers of every color and religion who smashed across the Normandy beaches and drove on through to the heart of Germany.
Damn.
For the misguided Germans who had swallowed the Nazi bait, the Nazi game did not pay off. The continent of Europe was strewn with millions of German bodies, pure Aryan bodies. Karl the farmer was left in the snow outside of Moscow.
Damn.
Heinrich stayed in Italy at Salerno. And Hans, who was going to rule the world, got only a little patch of Normandy that he could call his own.
Damn.
We must never let that happen to us or to our country. We must never let ourselves be divided by race or color or religion, because in this country we all belong to minority groups. I was born in Hungary. You are a Mason. These are minorities. And then you belong to other minority groups too. You are a farmer. You have blue eyes. You go to the Methodist church.
Message. Okay.
Your
That's a
right
great
to
video.
belong to these minorities is a precious thing. You have a right to be what you are and say what you think, because here we have personal freedom. We have liberty. And these are not just fancy words. This is a practical and priceless way of living. But we must work at it. We must guard everyone's liberty, or we can lose our own. If we allow any minority to lose its freedom by persecution or by prejudice, we are threatening our own freedom. And this is not simply an ideal. This is good, hard common sense. You see, here in America is not a question whether we tolerate minorities. America is minorities. And that means you and me.
Damn, bro, just littered.
So let's not be suckers. We must not allow the freedom or dignity of any man to be threatened by any act or word. Let's be selfish about it. Let's forget about we and they. Let's think about us.
That was a good video. That was really good. I really like that message. I like that one dude that was doing a lot of the talking and describing the ideas and shit. I feel like a lot more people should be like that in real life. But unfortunately there's not. But that was a really good video. I'm gonna actually, I don't like videos a lot. I don't save videos a lot, but I'm gonna actually save this to the playlist because that was actually that was a really good video. I'd love to watch that in the future just to gain a different perspective on it maybe.